here. Hello, Facebook. Hello, Facebook. Man, your girl looks like doo-doo. If doo-doo had a face, it was this face. This is the face. Good morning, guys. Hello, everybody. I am back. I need face wipes. I have no face wipes here. Hold on. I'm like, how can I clean my face without face wipes? So, let's do all of these. I got two. I mean, I've got an Avon locker here, guys. Sorry. I need face wipes. I am tired. I actually woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, and I was like, you know what? I am going to just wake up, do some shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes you're like, oh, maybe I'll go back to sleep. I ain't that person. I'm like, I gotta move. I gotta do stuff. I'm beautiful. I'm fried, but whatever. Thank you for the compliment. I'm feeling an awful lot like butts because, well, your hair is gorgeous. Thanks. I went to sleep with it wet. It was 8 o'clock, and I was like, dude, to my husband. It had been days of us not sleeping well, but we had a great time. We completely unplugged. I was not on social media. I was not doing anything. And you know what's crazy? People call you and they're like, why aren't you answering my calls? Call over and over. Me, answer. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't have my phone on me. People get nuts. I think they expect everyone to be Velcroed to their phone. Do you remember back in the day we'd call people's houses? And if they weren't home, good morning, Kitty. If they weren't home, they just weren't home. You know what I mean? My hair. Yeah, I know. Whatever. But I'm like, I miss that, where people didn't expect you to be like, and it's not their fault, because everyone's like, phone. I can't do anything without my phone. I worship my phone. Every moment's on my phone. I get it. It's addictive. They did that on purpose. But I actually put my phone down. I didn't take it with me places. I didn't have it. And it's so funny because people are like, what if an emergency happens? I'm like, don't you remember an answering machine? I had a black cat named Ziggy Stardust. You may have seen him on that horrible show, My Fair Brady, when I would go home. My childhood cat was there. Right? I unplugged, but I was plugged in. I was spending time, like, with my husband. Uninterrupted, no phone, and he even says it to me like, dude, can you put your phone down? I'm like, but people are texting, and if I don't get back, they get crazy. Like my mom contacted my childhood friend. It was 3 days. 3 days I was kind of off the grid, and I didn't see. My mom was like messaging me, calling me, and I'm like, I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, you don't have to get cray-cray, but as I said, I understand people are so obsessed with their phones and expect everyone else to be obsessed with it. It doesn't occur to people to put them down. So I have, like, voicemail. So I was like, if anyone needs me, they can leave a voicemail. And it was kind of, yay, I'm glad you're going gray, Wanda. It was kind of wonderful. It doesn't matter. People can use my image all day. They do it all the time, and they catfish guys, and then guys give these people pretending to be me. They use different names. They give them money. And then they write me, Dear Adrian, I need $300 that I gave to fake you. Oh, why I had no relationship with you for 7 months. I'm like, do you think I'm creeped out with you, like, contacting me? If you weren't okay, the hubby would have contacted, right? If something happened to me, but it's because people are so plugged into their phones, they cannot fathom you not getting back to them Okay, you text someone and you're like, well, they haven't gotten back to me. Okay, my sister-in-law, for example, she has 3 kids. One is 12 months or 11 months old. One is 3 years old. The other is 5. She homeschools. She has 3 children, all under the age of 6. And she homeschools. And she's like, people will be like, why aren't you answering me? Me. And she's like, I have 3 fucking kids. Like, if you've ever been around a mother with children that young, like, what time do they ever get for themselves? Like, if your baby's screaming its head off and your, kids are like fighting, like, meh, ripping each other's hair. Everyone stop. I got to get back to Stephanie. She's very important right now. It's like, no, it's not happening. So new mothers, like, but I understand because many people, if I couldn't reach my daughter for 3 days, I would kind of freak out too. But nothing's happened to me. Nothing. 0 things have happened to me. It's even on social media. Hey guys, I'm unplugging for 3 days. My mom was like calling me 5 days. Unplugging means no phone. I'm like, I'm okay. And then she bothered everyone else. I'm fucking old. I was a little embarrassed. I was like, oh my God. Because, like, I'm trying to finally fall asleep last night. We got back. I'm like, oh, I'm going to die. I'm sick to my stomach. I have nothing in my cup left to give for conversations, for text messages. There's nothing there. I don't feel good. I just want to sleep. And I'm like, I don't have it in me to talk to these people that just wigged out. It's not my job to be like, now everybody, I'm going to give you a report of my life. I'm putting my phone down. Ooh, I have to report to everybody. Look at me in my life. Like, that's fucking nuts. That's crazy. There's times I haven't talked to my mom in 2 weeks. You people are nuts. Why? I mean, I am a fucking old lady with gray hair. Why do I have to report to everybody? If I'm fine. It's okay. Take a fucking breath, people. I could go 2 weeks without talking to people and it's fine. But then when they want something, it's not. And that's what I learned with this weekend. And it's friends too. I'm like, y'all need to fucking breathe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not here from a buddy for 2 weeks. And that's fine. I'm not like, oh, I'm going to call everyone. I've called my mom. She hasn't called me back in days. And I wasn't like, oh my God, I must call everybody in the world. Oh. So then I come back. I'm like, my head hurts. I'm so tired. And I have this shit. I'm like, the fucking drama. Because of cell phones. I don't blame my mother or my friends. It's cell phones. It's because people are so plugged into the matrix. So obsessed with this like connection at all times. It's cell phone's fault. My husband wants to get a flip phone. He's like, I'm done. I'm done. But yeah, I had friends. Are you okay? I'm like, I haven't talked to you in like 2 months. I tap out for 3 days. And it's, are you okay? But I'm not bothering you. Oh, I haven't heard from her. I have friends that I send messages to and they're like, oh, dude, I'm sorry I haven't gotten back to you in a few weeks. Life happens. I'm like, what is this just reserved for me? So yeah, I came back to all these people wigging out. I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I have to go to sleep now. But I let everyone know. I'm like, I'm alive. I'll call you tomorrow, Jesus. It's conditioning. It's the phone's fault. It's no one else's fault. But keep in mind, I'll message someone else or call them, not hear from them for 2 weeks. Even family. And I don't immediately assume they're dead. My mom cannot talk to me for weeks. It's not that. It's phone. 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 Phone, phone, phone. Phone, phone, phone. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's the phone. Because it wasn't just my mom. It's the phone. But I don't look at this at it the same. So I'm okay. I don't know. I want to go back to the 80s, 90s, where the obsession with people jumping when the moment you call them goes away. You know what I mean? You would leave a message on their answering machine if they even had one. Many times they didn't. Does that make sense? And you just be like, oh shit, they ain't home. And that was it. You're like, maybe I'll call in a couple days. They weren't home. Peggy, thank you. Don't you miss that? Am I crazy? Good morning, Texas girl and locals. Hi. Don't you guys miss that? I miss that just because I was so overwhelmed when I got back to never answer them. I've been thinking, damn, I hope I don't die left in my house for a month, right? Because of safety. Well, I was with my husband. Like, we're fine. We're all fine. But yeah, it's no one's fault but the phone. That's who I blame. The phone. I miss that too. Because I don't think it's healthy. And someone's like, someone hasn't posted on social media for 2 days. Something must be wrong. Maybe they don't want to be on there. Somebody hasn't done this and that. Maybe they just don't want to be plugged in. Maybe they need a second, right? I think more people should do it. So yeah, it's not my friend's fault. It's not my mom's fault. It is the conditioning of society that we must all be plugged into. Now, if we're going on like over a week, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe something's going wrong. I miss the old days too. At least this whole thing, like, I sent you a text and I know you got it. It's like, dude, life is happening for all of us, you know? Now, there comes a point. Like, I had an old friend, Bryce Waterbright. Let's wash his face. And I had been trying to get a hold of her, and it's been like 2 years of her never being able to connect with me. And now I, like, you know, told my husband, I'm like, okay, like, I'm done with this friendship. Like, you know, someone who's purposely never answering your calls consistently for a few years or just always misses you, you're like, all right, we're good. No ill will, but I got the message, honey, you know? Good morning. I wanted to smash my phone, right? I had a great weekend. I'm very tired. I didn't sleep well, but I caught up on some of it last night. But yeah, when I got back, like, I was so tired, I was sick. Sick. We tried to watch Sleepy Hollow, and I just looked at my husband, I'm like, I can't do this. I was sick to my stomach. I'm like, I gotta go lay down now, bro. I'm falling apart. Knock down the door, but now people say they hide even if it's Amazon. That's funny. Yeah, no, I mean, no one knocks at our door, so if there was a knock, I'd be very concerned. Sell you stuff? There's a next step to this? Maybe. Yeah, and your cell phones do listen to you, so they creep me out. That's another reason I'm like, you know, I don't want this. Cell phones are great to a point, but when you're, let's say, you have a family reunion going on. Do you guys really want everyone sitting there on their cell phones? Anyone? Right? Oh, guys, we've been considering going back to a landline. We've been thinking about it. And it's just because, here it is. I have a good idea. Boundaries, right? I think in the 80s and 90s, all of us had better boundaries. Because I've been a victim too. Like, oh, my friend's not getting back to me. Oh, they must be mad or something. But they're not. It's like, you know, as I said, if it's been over a week. But it's like we no longer have this boundary in our lives to not get a hold of people for a couple seconds. Which is kind of just, you know, a little silly. Where is my new... Oh, I'll use this one. I need help. I need help on my face, guys. Okay, I'll use that and that. Okay. We're in business. Ooh, and this too. I was going to use some power serum, but I couldn't find it. Our power serum's awesome. When we have a family gathering, cell phones go in a basket. Now, for pictures and videos, that's fine. Harder to talk to people in the 80s. Now it's easy to communicate with anyone, so people just expect it. That's what I was saying. It's none of my friends' faults for worrying about me. It's not my mother's fault for worrying, because we've been conditioned that everyone should have their phone on them. Also, when we go places that there's no reception, I mean, there is none, not one bar, none. So when you come back from the no reception, it's like bling, 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 like all these blings on your phone, and it's all these people like, I know you're seeing my messages. I'm like, but we didn't see your messages. And it's not like a personal insult. We actually we didn't see your messages. We're sorry. All right. I'm going to use that, but I also want to I really want to treat my face today. I really want to do it. So let's do, there she blows. I love this shit. I love this Amazon berry. Let's really moisturize it. Let's go, kids. Let's go. Oh my God, leave your name and number. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't think to tell anyone because, as I said, my mom and I could go a week, sometimes 2, without talking, and it's never a problem. But it was like the second that I went off grid is when she tried to get a hold of me and then couldn't. And then, and then friends start worrying. I was like, oh Lord. This is 3 days, man. There we go. Every day they put an ad in front of me. Yeah. Extreme hiking trips. Oh yeah. We have those things to ping. We have insurance to pay for an air vac emergency. If it happens, my husband has it. This little thing that gives the GPS coordinates, like if you fall down a cliff or something. Because they'll charge the crap out of you. But if you have that little GPS thing that tells them where you are, you're fine. So Pharmax Amazon Berry Boost Firming Serum. We're going to go straight into collagen firming cream. I'm in need. I'm in need to be firmed. Affirm me. I will say this. I noticed something. We never go to cities, ever, right? We live in, what would you call, like the heartland? We went into a city and the social contagions were everywhere. Like, people had gay pride pins all over them. And I'm like, why do you need to advertise that you're gay? Like, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I know. I can just talk to you and know. Like, you don't need to be like, worship my sexuality. I like sexual. It's weird. It's weird to me that you have to like advertise who you fuck on your body. And it didn't just stop there. All the wacko, woke, weird stuff that you see all the time, it was everywhere. And I'm like, cities are like sick. There's a sickness there. It's like chain wallets. One day everyone's wearing a chain wallet. Everyone's like, I'm original. I'm wearing a chain wallet with everyone else. You're not original. You're not original. That's not original. I'm sorry. Just isn't. I don't know why everyone's like, I'm edgy, doing the same thing everyone else is doing. But it is like a hive mind. And that's another reason I think people need to put their cell phones down for a second, is it's clear that there's like a social contagion that's going on. Happy birthday! With the flare. Wait, Office Space. I have to read that. Let's see. That made me think of Office Space with the flare at the restaurant. The flare! That's exactly how much flare are you wearing today? And, reminds me, this one time I was on a plane, and all the stewards, it was actually kind of fun. They're really nice. It was like the gay steward plane. It's fine, whatever. But one of them was like one of those androgynous people with all the buttons and stuff, and they were so fucking mean. It was the meanest of the mean. This person was fucking awful. And I'm like, they can't fire this person because they advertise their community all over them, and they're fucking atrocious. Worst steward of my life. And not just me, you could just hear this person just be fucking abusive piece of shit to everyone. And I'm like, they can't get rid of them because of the equities and the inclusions. So someone who doesn't deserve their job, who's awful to human beings, is essentially like a hostess. Imagine if you walked into Applebee's, they're like, welcome to Applebee's, fuck you. This person's perfect. Hire them. Oh, yay, 60th birthday. That's a big one, dude. All right, Lift and Firm Eye Lift Serum. This is our little limited time. It's got a different ingredient list. It's like a different formula. There you go. From the collagen one. So I'm like, I'm going to get that. So I did. I'm going to get that. So I did. Sounds like the Karen Cafe. It was, the rest of the stewards were super nice. It was like the best steward plane ever, except for the super androgynous. Okay, I'll tell you straight up. It was your old school gays that were totally cool. And then your new school, like, everyone's oppressing me because of who I am. I'm like, they're not oppressed. They're fine and they're happy and they're treating everyone nice. Maybe take a cue from them, weirdo. And you know that the rest of them probably think that person's a fucking weirdo and an asshole to boot. Because they're not nice. The gel on the top, they were not nice, guys. I was like, dude, this is like agony watching this person be in public relations. That's what being a stewardess or steward is. It's public relations. And they're like, let's just hire the worst human being ever. There we go. Everything going on is to control population. That's fine. That's fine. I don't really care because, I don't fucking care. I'm just to the point because, like, what's the point of caring? It's a hive mind, right? You're not changing any of their minds. The path to hell is paved by good intentions, right? So everyone, like all the liberal wine moms, soccer moms, and if you're one, no hate. You have love in your heart. You think you're doing the right thing. You think that everyone needs your support and love. You want to love everyone right to the gates of hell. I get it. I used to be a big-hearted liberal woman too. And then I realized most everyone is an asshole with no self-awareness. And I don't have to like worship your lifestyle and be supportive of it because you don't do any of that for me. No one's next to me. Like when me and my husband are getting on, like, yes, oh my God, queen, get it, queen. Yeah, we all, no, get the fuck out of my bedroom. We're good. I will survive without you. And you can survive without me rooting you on for whatever sexual activity you're doing. I did hear a story from a family member that just made me laugh. They had to go to this event and there were people dressed up as furries. Furries is a fetish. It gets them hard or wet to put on outfits and meow and hiss at people. And you have to participate and call them, weird things. And they don't speak English to you. And people tolerate this. People tolerate a sick sexual fetish being in public because y'all have lost the plot. So I just decided there's no reason for me to go to a city ever again. You city people, I'm sorry, you're fucking mentally broken. You guys are actually promoting and okay with weird people showing up to events dressed as furries. They're fuck suits. That's like a gimp with a ball in its mouth drooling on itself. They are fuck suits. And you're like, oh my God, I want the fuck suit by my kid. I want my kid to touch the potential crunchy fur. It's going to be great. You have problems, city people. Someone needs to tell you, instead of loving you to the gates of hell, someone needs to tell you that y'all have a broken brain. So when you guys are like, it's population control, do you want any of these people to breed? It's a hard pass from me. Maybe Bill Gates is right. Sorry. Hard pass. I'm good. I don't need any more of you. So, Amazon Berry Boops. I can't have kids. Y'all don't need any more of me. This is an overnight mask that I like to wear in the daytime because it just moisturizes so much. It feels so good. We're good. Yeah, we live in Montana. And Montana, I'm sure, has some city full of liberal, hive-minded moms advertising for the furries, and everything's about people's sexuality and skin color. Like, something's wrong with you people. I'm sorry. Someone needs to tell you that something's wrong. Someone has to tell you. Because it's weird. You guys are creeping me out, man. Anyone needs to know? 20 years ago when people are... Yeah, 20 years ago, people were way less insane. The last 5 years, my generation raised the scariest fucking people I've ever seen in my life. And it all started with hippies. Hippies broke society. It's the revolution, or the pee-pee in the vagina, everyone spread your legs. Oh yeah, Sodom and Gomorrah. Yeah, man, drugs. Drugs are good. Oops, everyone's dying of drugs. Oh, but it's love, man. It's love. It's love when you tell your friends to do drugs and die. It's love. Everyone spread your legs, get diseases. It's going to be great. That is what broke society. It always boils down to hippies. Very nice people, super fucked up. Sorry, hippies. I'm sorry. Someone has to tell the hippies. Today's going to be Goddess. Got my new Goddess palette. Super stoked to use it. Fucking hippies. I try. I always tell everyone, I don't hate hippies. Because they're really nice. It's like they're from Mars, and I don't identify with them at all. But then they get mad if you don't, like, sign up with their shit. So hippies were the catalyst to everything you see now. The they, thems, the fae and fae selves, the furries, all of it. I'm sorry, hippies. You started this. You opened the fucking door. You opened Pandora's box. No. You're a hippie, but you started this. You can't say you didn't. You can pinpoint the sexual revolution and the drugs and peace, man, and feelings. And it all started in the 60s. And it's been fucking downhill. Seriously. Bunch of people on drugs going like this to music. It started there. They meant well. They still mean well. But someone can mean well and kill you. And be like, oh man, I accidentally killed Johnny. Shit, I meant well, but that doesn't help anybody. I just wanted to expand his mind, man, and, consider that there are 99 genders, and consider that furries are real people too, and, that's where it started. You didn't think it would end up here, and I believe hippies on that. You didn't think this is the end result, but it is. Societal collapse all started with the flower children. Thanks, guys. Thanks for that. You thought in the 90s it would balance out and be okay. You're like, okay, a mosh pit, that's not so bad. Like, a couple people are moshing. A couple kids wear black. For the most part, kids are in just baggy clothes. I think we're going to get through this. I think we survived, but then nope, the hippie shit came right back. Came up with themselves so ugly guys could get laid. Oh. Yeah, man, that's probably it. Hippies were like, breed with men who haven't proved their worth, ladies. Otherwise, you're mean, man. And instead of the evolution of humanity with the best breeders winning and breeding like strong, amazing, you started crossing and getting your soy boys. You're right. You were right. When you reward, think of the animal species. When two bucks are fighting, or the woman like, I want the one that loses and is a loser and is so weak. I want the shittiest buck here. Because of the buck's feelings. It's a sensitive buck, the one that they all kicked its ass. I'll breed with that one. And then here we are. You guys are so fun sometimes, I swear to God. So that makes me laugh because there's truth in it, right? Good intentioned, stupid humanity. Am I blurry? It looks clear to me. I'm looking at it. I don't give a buck, right? Yeah, same. Not here. A sensitive buck, yeah. I would rather have a sensitive buck that give me weak children than the biggest buck in the forest that ensures my children won't be weak with all these allergies and everything's falling apart. It's all genetics, you see. Think about it. Oh, well, his father was allergic to the world, and his father broke out in hives, and his father shakes with weakness, so I bred with him. And I was so shocked when little Johnny had all the same ailments. No one saw that coming. All right, we're doing goddess today. I just picked the weakest human being I could find, but because he was sensitive and made me feel good inside, I decided to breed with him. And now my children are weak and falling apart and destroying society, and I just don't understand what happened. Don't get it. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, right? Yeah, there's litter boxes in some bathrooms. You know why? Because people are too afraid to say fuck off. Like, together. Well, I'll lose my job, so I'd rather destroy the world for my kids so they suffer every day so I could have a good day. So I really want my children to have the worst world ever. I'm a good parent, so I'm not going to say anything. I'll lose my job to torture my kids and torture their kids. At least I had a good time. That is how selfish society is. It's true. I wouldn't want to stir the pot for myself as long as all my kids and their kids suffer horribly. It's fine. I'll lose my job. So I hope there's concentration camps. They all get lined in and chopped up by our government because I'll be okay. Good Lord, people. Good Lord. Let's see. Okay, I like this. Okay. We're going to go sparklies. We're going to do the sparkles, guys. It's going to be fun. If I speak up, I won't make monies. And then it's like, but if everyone speaks up, look at what happened to Bud Light. Look at what happened with Target. If everyone speaks up, it stops. It just stops. It stops. I won't take part in another person's delusion either. Look, I believe you have the delusion. I'm not denying it. If you're schizophrenic, why would I tell you you don't hear the voices? You absolutely do. But I'm not going to tell you I hear them too. And it doesn't mean I'm schizophobic for me to be like, well, I don't hear the voices. You're not validating and affirming. Like, no, dude, I'm good. I believe everything they're telling me and that is their reality. But you don't get to ruin my own. That science doesn't say to ruin my reality for others' feelings. That's not scientific. That's insane. So I don't want anyone to suffer. I hate that people feel certain ways. Like, I'm not a dick. If someone has body dysmorphia, I think that's terrible. What a horrible thing. I mean, I've had it myself. I butchered my body. It looks like shit because I felt so bad about myself. And I have scars everywhere to prove that I wasn't happy with who I am and really hurt myself. But yeah, like, I'm telling you, in 5 years, you'll be a schizophobe if you don't pretend you hear the voices too. I don't hear the voices, and when I look at you, I don't see a boy or a girl because that's not what you are. But that is not me invalidating how you feel. Feelings are neither right or wrong, but they're certainly not truth. I'm sorry. Right? Like, my husband's like, I love your boobs. They're great. I'm like, they look like a fucking massacre. But I believe you like them. I don't. You know what I mean? So, I don't think it's hateful to just want to be living in reality. And I don't think it's hateful to be like, yo, I can believe that you feel a certain way without, like, you know, being delusional. I don't have to do that. Oh, I love golds. I do. We're going to dial this all in. I know right now you're looking at my face. You're like, you know, her eyes look a little stupid. I mean, they kind of always do, but they're going to look real good soon, I promise. My voices are mom, mom. Oh my gosh. So I'm aging out of friends with kids that young, except for my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law, because they're younger. Matt's brother's 7 years younger than him, and his wife is younger than he is. So they got little iddles. And I'm like, oh my God, little tiny, little iddles. Tiny teenies. Tiny teenies. But yeah, I'm not going to be mean to people who suffer from something. Like, I see a lot of people, you're not a woman, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's just mean, dude. But, you know, there's a lot of cruelty going on. Like, people are like, you have to say this thing to, like, make me happy. And I'm like, you need to find happiness in yourself, dude. It shouldn't be dependent on other people. And this is what happens when women breed with the weakest buck in the forest. You have very weak fawns. Very weak fawns as far as the eye can see. Just weak fawns. Guys, do you know what I'm doing today? I'm going to go look at cats. My nose is stinging. I came home yesterday. I haven't, like, left the house. So a couple things made me sad. I was sad that my mom and my friends were worried about me. I'm like, that makes me sad for them. Holly, thank you. Thank you for the 250 stars. You're so sweet. Like, I don't want people I love and care about to worry about me. So then I felt bad. I'm like, oh my God, I was totally fine. And people start wigging out for no reason. And I don't like that, right? Just like I don't like someone suffering from body dysmorphia. Even if I think everything's silly, doesn't mean I wish, like, people to suffer. That's fucking crazy. But I get home, and my cat wasn't here. My nose is stinging. I don't want to ruin my makeup. 18 years of the same thing. I've probably spent more time with my cat than most people do with their own kids. Because she was, like, on my lap. At a certain point, your kids are like, I'm crawling and I'm walking and I'm off. You know? See ya. We gotta go places. We gotta play on things. I gotta build forts. My cat was like, I'm good right here. Right on top of you. So, I don't want just any cat. I can't have some piece of crap cat. So, I'm really looking for something that's mixed with either Siamese, ragdoll, Norwegian, forest cat, or Maine Coon. And it's because there's personality traits that they have that is very desirable for me and my life and my Christmas tree. I don't need, like, some crazy tabby that, like, hunts all the time and acts nuts. We've all seen them. They're great for, like, indoor, outdoor cats. Good morning from what's left of once beautiful Seattle. Oh, man, does that break my heart what's happened to cities, guys. How anyone in cities can be like, man, they're doing a good job here is beyond me. How our borders can be open to all these unwelcome people. The only people welcoming them are politicians, because the cities are like, we want more of them. When we send them there, they're like, but not here. We want them to torture you. We're so perfect in New York. Oh, we can't be bothered with these illegals. The cities look terrible. We need to, when we have our homeless population and everything under control, then we can help other people. But when we're about to topple into the ground, we don't have a leg to stand on. We can't let them in, and they have way more rights than any of us, and that bothers me. Like, we're working hard, and they're stealing our money to just give to these people. And many of them are just Afghani men and Middle Eastern men Like, you flew to under our border to get in here. This isn't asylum. They just want to be here. That's it. Well, gee, you know where I want to be? I want to be in New Zealand. Just for shits and giggles, I'd like to live there. It looks nice. That doesn't give me a right to be there. Like, what the fuck? San Francisco was so beautiful. Even, I mean, a decade or more ago, it was still starting to really fall apart. But I remember saying to my friends, like, how could they let this happen to this city? It is stunning. Stunning. California is stunning. And they have destroyed it. Just destroyed it. And I can't believe people are like, that Gavin Newsom's thinking about running for president. I'm like, what does he do? Look at what I've done here, like Nancy Pelosi, and people vote for her. Hey, you really like what's going on here? Your cars get broken into. People are shitting on top of the hood of your car. And everyone's like, yeah, we love Democrats. We love them so much. Poop all over me, smearing on. And they love it. Because, no offense, if Montana was a shithole and our governor was doing a terrible job, I would vote for the other guy. So the last guy was a Democrat in here, and he was like, lockdowns and torture the people Democrat way, torture them in their homes, hold them prisoner, blah. And he did terrible things. Like, there was a domestic terrorist that tried to murder a bunch of loggers out here. They spiked the trees, so logging is what Montanans do. That or firefighting. So they would log, and these spikes were made to come out and decapitate them. Well, she got arrested for it. And Bullock, our old governor, was like, I'm going to hire you and put you in charge of the loggers. That is like taking a guy who tortured and beat wives, or his wives, beat women, and saying, we're going to bring you down to the women's shelter. And you're going to be in charge of all the women who are hiding from their abusive husbands. And you're like, ladies, this is John. He used to beat his wife to a bloody pulp, and he's in charge of you. Bye. That's what our Democratic governor did. And it was bad. Like, Montanans were not having it. They're like, we live on a mountain, and we don't need to stay home because of COVID. We're sorry. This isn't a city. Fuck you. We're going outside. New York Times just voted Montana the most radical, far-right Christian state in America. Great. Great. As opposed to Seattle, the good? Or Chicago, so good. Yeah, fuck you, dude. Everyone's like, Montana's so wonderful. Everyone there's so great. Every city there is wonderful. It's so fucking wonderful. And the radical, far-right, extremist Christian, but it's so wonderful. It's like heaven on earth. I just want to stay there forever. What's that tell you? Anyone? Show of hands of what that would tell you about the radical Christians who are in charge of the most beautiful state you've ever seen. It feels like God has touched your soul when you come. Everyone's so kind, and it's so gorgeous, and there's no litter and bombs everywhere on meth scratching at their faces. Oh, it's so radical and evil here. And there's posters that say Jesus is king. Oh, it's evil. It's bad. So bad. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. So evil. Radical Christians, get out. Yeah. All you LA people who like it, like, why would you move here? It is the most radical far-right Christian state in America. I was like, dude, badge of honor. I am so honored. I'm so glad we didn't end up moving. I'm like, I'm good. Just gonna stay here till I die now. We're good. It's gonna be great. Zelensky and Trudeau have a standing ovation for the Nazi guy. I'm wondering why people are sticking up for Putin. I'll tell you one thing I learned in Russia. Let me tell you guys. You know how all the blue-haired leftists are like, we hate Nazis. We pretend everyone's Nazis. We're fucking insane. We just, oh, you said words I don't like. You're a Nazi. We're completely idiots, right? In Russia, they killed 1 in every 7 people, the Nazis. 1 in every 7 people were dead by the time Hitler got done with them. Of every country on earth, the one who hates Nazis the most. Nazis came into Catherine's Palace in St. Petersburg, gorgeous. They defecated and pissed all over their walls. They took all their ancient, gorgeous art and tried to destroy it. Russians were trying to funnel Rembrandt paintings, you name it, things underground to hide from the Nazis who were trying to topple and destroy their culture. It was awful. These people fucking hate Nazis. And we're funding them right now. The very people that are like, I hate Nazis, but give Ukrainian Nazis money. Yes, Ukrainian Nazis are good. No. Do you know how Russia got invaded? Through Ukraine. You know by who? The Nazis. Go read it up. So if you want to find, besides Jewish people, a lot of people don't pick up that Hitler was executing Polish people, executing gypsies, executing gay people, and Russians were just as bad as Jews to Hitler. He hated them. So the Russians were getting annihilated off the face of the planet. It was bad. So I just, I believe Russians when they're like, we have a problem with these Nazis. I just, I don't like any government, but Russians don't like Nazis, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to take this super silver right here. So the light gold I have in my inner corners, the dark gold I have in my outer, and then of course I took this brown and kind of flared it out. And now I'm going to take this creamy, gorgeous color. I really like to put it right here. No one's sticking up for Putin. They just don't trust. Dude. Totally. Here's the thing. I don't think Joe Biden's any better than Putin. I'm sorry. Am I supposed to? To me, they're equally worthless. I mean, most people in office are like that, I forget the congressman, the one with the titties that just got him grabbed in a theater, and everyone's like, well, she said she's a conservative. I'm like, and all the lefty politicians, they lie and say, we care about gay people. No, we don't. Murder them all as long as they get money. They don't care about you. Oh, she said she was Christian. It's such a shock. Yeah. And all your Nancy Pelosi's and shit pretend they care about gay rights and stuff. They would shit in your mouth. They all lie. Every single one of them are fucking demonic liars. Doesn't matter what side. That's why I'm like, you guys believed her? When she's all, I'm a gun-toting Christian mama. Lie, 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 lie. That's all they do. That's it. That's their lives, is lying to you. Anytime you have a question, anytime you're like, gee, I wonder if they're lying to me, the answer is yes. They are. You're being lied to. All right. A little bit of eyeliner. Let's go. No poop in mouth. Okay. So, I'm just like, we should have nothing to do with Ukraine. I'm sorry. We had a chance to bring them to NATO, and we didn't do it. And now we're trying to fuck around? Like, no, dude. NATO should have been disbanded. There's no reason for it. It shouldn't still be there. And all we did was fuck with the Russians. All we did was blame them for everything. Our propaganda was like, get the Russians, start a war every moment, kill them dead. That's all. I mean, Hillary Clinton, I can't wait to start a war in Russia. Vote for me and I'll do it. I'll do it. Hillary Clinton will do it. Are you shocked that Joe Biden did? They're on the same team. I think Ron DeSantis would have done it. He's like, oh, we'll just get NATO to help pay. He's a little too shilly for me. too rhino-y. But, you know, are we ever going to get a good politician? I think no. I think no. Like, I only like RFK Jr. because they hate him, but some of his stances, I'm like, that's fucking weird. You're being weird. Yeah, Biden and Zelensky are criminals, and so is Putin. But two criminals are fucking with one criminal, and we're like, gee, that criminal got mad. My favorite, an illegal war. That's all Americans have ever done. Vietnam, Desert Storm, that is all we've done. Oh, but it's good when we do it. No one else can do it. Oh, no. We make the rules in America. It's illegal when you do it. Poke the bear, poke the bear, poke. Like, what the fuck? Get out of here, assholes. War sucks. How about that? Fuck war. All it is a bunch of rich assholes that look like Putin, Joe Biden, Mitch McConnell, Ron DeSantis, John Kerry, bunch of rich dicks that send your children to die for them to make money. Now, if it was like a real war, I would say the Nazis, that was justified. That was a good thing. But most wars is some rich, fat, old person that wants you to do their dirty work. They might send their kid in under total protection, like when Prince Harry's like, look at me, I'm a soldier, whatever. That boy was protected into the next dimension, and you are a fool if you think he wasn't. Sorry. Joe Biden's kids probably had a fucking, just like Saving Private Ryan, a whole team to just protect him. Aww. Before face, I always do eye makeup before face makeup. Always. Because it crumbles and falls on your face. So I'd rather my face makeup be completely clean of any powders or any of that shit. I used to always think, like, you know, Republicans were the warmongers, but once Michelle Obama became best friends with George Bush and her husband did nothing but drone strike American citizens and murder people and made Yemen the biggest human trafficking center in the world through the horrors of war that he rained down upon their people, I realized they're all on the same team, and that team is the industrial war complex. And if you speak against them, they Russell Brand you. They'll find something in your past, they'll dig it right out, and they'll destroy your life if you have influence or push. Nobody gives a shit about an Avon lady, so I'm fine. But they worship war because they make so much money off of murdering our soldiers. So much money off of making us more machines to murder more people. As I said, a real war like Hitler genociding people, well, China's genociding people. They have concentration camps. If there was ever, but they're like, no, we make money off their slave labor. We support human slavery for American products. Well, we have to fuck with Russia. Do they have concentration camps? No. But we support actual concentration camps where they harvest human organs and torture people. We love that because the Chinese do it, and we make so much money off of them. Oh, we're so righteous. Illegal war in Ukraine. Oh, Putin's the bad guy, even though we teamed up with China to make money off of actual human slaves being tortured in concentration camps. America, America. Hypocrisy. Yeah. It's like, we suck. But everyone sucks. Propaganda just melts your brain and then you just believe it. And you're like, we're totally self-righteous. We're doing the right things. We're liberating people with our democracy. Look at it. Look at it. Our democracy is amazing. It comes in the form of vilifying some people and celebrating others. And you're like, well, you know, what China's doing is pretty much worse than anything. And they're like, yeah, but how are we going to make all this money off cheap products that Americans complain about how cheap they are for being made in China? Oh, it costs too much to make it with American labor where it actually won't be a worthless piece of shit. So send it to a slave and then complain that the slave didn't put hard work and effort into a product that they are being abused and whipped in order to make. My cat's dead. I'm sorry. She died. She died on a Tuesday. It was September 5th. September 5th, my baby died. My little baby. Gilbert thing cracks me up. They have a cow because a guy grabbed his girlfriend's boobs in a dark theater. Dude, her vaping was bullshit. I don't give a fuck that someone's, like, sneaking a feel. I don't care. Like, one, why are you recording it? You're weird. But the vaping, like, she's an asshole. Sorry, guys. She's a drunk, belligerent asshole. Like, who cares about the feel up? You're a creep for, I'm gonna watch, look at me, spying on people. You're the freak. But the vaping, that's some bullshit. She's a dick. Like, she's too old to be that much of an ass. She's an inconsiderate asshole. I don't give a fuck about anything else other than that. But I will say her husband's statement sounds very much like he cheated on her wife, and that was her revenge night. So then I kind of feel a little bad, because it sounds like she caught her husband cheating. This is love at first lash. So she was like, oh, I'm going to get back at him. So she went out. She did this thing. And then they're like, hey, say something. And he's like, man, I don't have a leg to stand on because I did her dirty. And I know that was like her fuck you tour. Because I went on a fuck you tour. I'd be pretty sad if I was held accountable for my douchebaggery on my fuck you tour. When I left my husband, I was so upset. I drank a lot. I wouldn't say I was that, but I was also way younger. Like, I don't know the vaping thing, but it does sound like he did her dirty. And he doesn't have a bad thing to say because he knows he doesn't have a leg to stand on. And he's like, oh boy, I got caught. And I'm not going to slam her because I did this shit. Right? Tell the truth, watch folks run away from you? Yeah. I don't care if she got a boob job or not. My assumption on anyone who has kids who have boobs like this is yes, they did. Unless you have your children before the age of 24 or 25, because her bodies stop rejuvenating past 27, your body will bounce back way better from ages, I'm sorry guys, 13 to about 23. That's our prime childbearing years. Isn't that sad? But it's true. That's why when people are like, this 18-year-old's too young to have kids. I wouldn't want her to heal completely and have a perfect body. I want her to be miserable like me. My cousin, married to the guy who knocked her up at 16, married to him. I have no judgments here. High school sweethearts, been married forever, had a baby, didn't look like it. There was not even a fucking stretch mark. There was nothing wrong at all with her body. Then she had another baby. And I think he's 10 and her oldest is like 25. So she had this one way later. And she was like, utter annihilation. Utter annihilation to my body. Look at how good that mascara is. She's like, my body was like, bitch, we done. I'm like, yeah, I could see that. She's like, it was night and day. She's like, no matter how much work and effort I put in, and it's because her body is no longer, the cells are no longer multiplying the way they did when you're young. Like, you are basically, oh great, there's an eyelash in my eye, in a Lazarus pit when you're young. I gotta pull this eyelash. It is going right in my eye. Oh, it's so bad. Please get out of my eye. Okay. It fell out, and then it was just hanging out in my eyeball. But yeah, under 25 is the Lazarus pit for women having babies. I have never had a friend that had a baby back then whose body didn't heal. And you know what? So my bestest friend in life, she's like, you know, she hates the whole term of, oh, live your life in your 20s. She's like, that's when your body heals the most from having kids. Like, what the fuck? She's like, have your kids raise wonderful children. And then when you're still young, like my age, she was like 41 years old. She went to online school the whole time. Then she started as an intern. She's making fucking 6 figures as a therapist now. Like, she's killing it. Her kids are grown. She was able to live this work life that women are like, you'll miss out. She's like, I didn't miss out. I started at 41. I had my wine nights. I, was the hardworking career woman. I think now she's in her 50s, late 50s, and she's still doing the thing. And she's like, I'm so glad I was a mother first. This would have been awful to be a mother now. She's like, that's how women should do it, because your bodies are designed to have kids early. That's why at 35, it's considered a geriatric pregnancy. And everyone's like, oh, the kids are autistic. Who could have saw this coming? And they're basically like, the older you are, the higher the chances of autism. Like, they're starting to do studies and go, wait a minute. So yeah, like, you're higher risk for everything the older you get, because your body is like, bro, wrap it up, bitch. You're getting a little long in the tooth there. 23, 21. See? Perfect. So Dark Omen on Locals is the same age as me, and his boys are 23 and 21. And now you got an empty nest, and you're 41 years old. You want to have a fucking drunk night with your dudes? You get to have it. Your kids are out. And if they ain't out, they're old enough, like, who gives a fucking damn what a 23-year-old's doing at home when you go out and have a drink with your buddies? Like, I just don't understand this brainwashing that they give women to wait until you're not fertile, or wait until there'll be way more complications for your baby. And sure, I know a couple of people are like, oh yeah, well, not for me. Great. Not everyone's you. That's why the science, and studies, prove that after 35 is geriatric. I mean, if you polled women after 30, did your body bounce right back? Wah, wah, wah. I'm sorry. Just because one genetic anomaly is not going to change the truth that most people's bodies don't. Dating a 20-year-old, they want to have a baby. That's disgusting. Like, that baby would break a 67-year-old's body. Break it. I had a friend. She was in her 50s and she got pregnant. She couldn't believe it. Her and her guy could not believe it. Now, I'm not really into abortion, but she went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, if you carry this baby, the baby's going to be all fucked up, and so will you. Like, I don't even think it would come to term, right? Because you're like geriatric as fuck. Like, we're pushing 60 now, right? He's like, but everything seems wrong in there, and I don't think, like, you'll survive this. And she's, a Christian woman, but, I told her when she called me, she's like, I feel like this goes against my religion, blah, blah. And she was like right at the beginning. And I'm like, why would your doctor just tell you, like, I think we should end this pregnancy because I don't think it's good for you or the baby? I'm like, I'm not going to judge that. I don't believe in executing people. If science is used to save lives, it's going to save your life. And if that life is already going to be lost at jeopardizing your own, like, that's insane. And she's like, I thought you weren't really for, like, abortion. I'm like, I'm not. But I'm also not for telling people what to do, especially in a case like this. Like, oh, well, go ahead and maybe possibly die. And then your kid's probably going to die, and then everybody dies. So I think Janet Jackson probably had someone else carry that baby. I'm sorry. I don't believe any celebrity. Like anything they say, guys, just count me in and not believing them. All right, so what do I want to use? I'm going to use this. I'm going to use definitely this. I'll show you guys in a moment. Just let me pull it all out first. No. Ooh, no. So many choices, kids. So many choices. I'm going to hurry up and get through this so I can show you guys some other stuff that I have that I'm excited about. Can we get through this, guys? Do you mind? That is... Where's my setting spray? Can you guys come over and find it? Can you guys come over and find my setting spray if you don't mind? Ooh, well, I'm going to use that. I have too much stuff to go purge some of my products. I think it would be better for us all. Ooh, magic corrector. Oh no, gelato. I'm going to use gelato. That. I don't know where my setting spray is. I mean, it's just not here. Oh, it's hidden behind my footworks there. All right. So I'm going to use the Glow Color Primer, which I love. And then I'm using the Match Wands for a little. Do the Avon lip liners down? I don't feel that any lipstick or liner stays on. I think you always have to reapply it. Am I wrong? And then those like kind of permanent all day ones, I feel like look like shit. Like it looks like a withered old olive tree. I don't know. Like I'm just going to be honest with you. I reapply it. Like it doesn't wear off in 2 seconds, but it certainly doesn't like hang out all day, if that makes sense. Cashmere Under Eye Primer. Stops all those wrinkles under your eyes. Right there. Yeah. To learn how to speak again? Oh. Getting pregnant in your older years, older we get, our eggs will split out double, hence twins. Well, I remember when twins were special before everyone used science to have kids. I'm of the belief if your body isn't just naturally doing it, just fuck it. Like, I don't like the poking and I had a friend, did all the shots and stuff. I'm like, everything about this, like, you're so miserable. I don't like this. I don't like this for you. And, you know, later she's like, I don't think I would ever do that again. Like, if given the choice, she's like, you're right. I'm like, it just seems so, I don't know, like it wasn't supposed to happen, I guess. So I'm just okay with the fate of nature, I suppose. Like if you got to try that hard and suffer for that long, I don't know, man. And that's what, when they took the stuff out of my uterus, he was like, we could do another procedure. I'm like, what's that? He's like, well, I would have to clean up your uterus and get rid of all these fibroids if you ever want to have kids. And, you know, even then you might not take, so you might have to do the IVF. And I'm like, okay, it just sounds like it's not in my cards, and I'm okay with that. And he was like, okay. I'm like, yeah. You know what's funny is I wasn't Christian then, and he was Christian, and I was like, oh my God, this Christian doctor, but he was so good. I'm like, I'm going to go to him. And that guy from Better Call Saul, Bob, whatever, said that I ignored a conservative doctor because me so stupid, and then I almost died. I didn't. I was like an atheist, and I'm like, oh, he's Christian. I'm like, whatever, that shouldn't matter. And I went to him anyway. Excellent doctor. Did a great thing to my body because he was like, I don't want to get rid of your uterus because I think it's wrong. And you might change your mind on kids. I'm like, what, that I'll want all these procedures to get them? He's like, yeah, you know, like now you look at them, but maybe later you might change your mind. He's like, but it's also a natural hammock for your uterus to like keep it there. Rip Mew. Aw. Well, thanks for the fucking $20, Dark Omen. I'll put it towards my new cats that I'm gonna get. But I was like, I don't know. He's pushing his Christian beliefs on me. And I was like, you know what? Who cares? That's stupid. That's a stupid reason to not use one of the best fucking doctors in the country. Like, I'm going to listen to everything he says. And I'm going to do what's best for my body. And not like, I want to be in an echo chamber. And this was what? 2017 that I did that? So I'm glad. I mean, I'm Christian now, but at the time, I was like, oh. So when I hear people like, I wouldn't listen to a Christian doctor, I'm like, you're a fucking idiot, dude. You're stupid. I'm sorry, someone has to tell you, you're kind of dumb. Right? That painting your sub did was really amazing. Yes. I paid her for it. She's like, if you want to pay for shipping, that's fine. I was like, I'm going to give you some money too. I can't wait to get it. Seriously, it was really beautiful. I was like, I didn't even have to commission anything. I'm going to frame it. I'm going to put it right by Sergeant Pepper. Because him, you know how everyone gets the British, like, royalty paintings of their dogs and cats? For Sergeant Pepper, it made sense for him to look like he's in Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. But for Lucy in the Sky, that photo of she and I feel it makes more sense because she's like my ride or die. So I like having a painting of me like holding her like she's my baby. She was. So I didn't ask for it. And I'm so grateful that, you know, she did that for me. By the way, I love our match wands. These are the color correcting sticks. I use gelato under my eyes. And for the foundation, I use coconut. So we're done there. Put that away. Put that away. Of course, I have Goddess on my eyes. I think it's very pretty. Let's seal it in with Glow Color Hybrid Face Mask. There we go. And I bought more lip butters. Where'd they go? They're right here. They're there. Because you guys were like, get the other colors of lip butters. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, you guys. I feel like a little bit more of brown right. There we go. There would do the trick. I'm hungry all the time. I ate like shit this weekend. I gotta call my mom today and be like, Mom, I'm alive. I gotta call my buddy today and be like, girl, I'm alive. I am okay. I like to put my phone down. My husband never touches his phone and no one believes him. Everyone thinks he's like being a dick. Dude, his phone just sits here in the house and he doesn't touch it. Like, he doesn't have social media on it. Nothing. He treats it like an answering machine for whenever. People are like, well, I texted you 4 hours ago. And he's like, I don't have my phone. It's kind of a better way to live, I think. All right, which color shall I use? Flirtatious Charm? That sounds nice. I really like these lip butters. We'll do Flirtatious Charm. And I'll put on my lip liner. There we go. But yeah, now that I had some sleep, letting people know I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I did text my mom and my friend. I was like, guys, I'm not dead. I just, you know, I'm exhausted. I didn't have my fucking phone. Tired. I wonder if I'll get a cat today. There's so many different shelters. People are like, don't go to a kill shelter. I'm like, why wouldn't I? They're going to kill those cats. Why wouldn't I try to say, whatever. Flirtatious charm. Ooh. I love our lip butter. I love it. I love it so much, you guys. It makes me so happy. There we go. Yeah, not that one. This one. We use this and just kind of blendy, and then blendy. And we're done, kids. Magda Christine, you have a nice week. Thanks for the $20. I'll probably have to make up for not streaming on Friday this week, so maybe I'll have a surprise stream for you guys. The lip butters are mint, and before I go, let's see if I have time. I believe I have time. I really wanted to show you guys, I got this new jewelry. I got new Avon jewelry. So, color ornament, Halloween charm necklace. Okay, so one, and then bracelet, ornament, festive ornament, stretch bracelet. Okay. I think we have it all. So, our Christmas stuff that's coming, guys. One, I told Avon, do not make this limited time. Please keep these palettes. Do not get rid of them. This is coming for Christmas. This is one. I'm like, I will hate you forever. Sorry, I'm showing it to the locals people too. I will hate you forever. Avon, are you listening? I will hate you forever if you get rid of this. New classic. Ooh, FMGT Eye Moment palette. I love the Korean up there. Made in Korea. And Eye Moment palette. Yeah. I'm like, can we please not get rid of these? Can this not be a limited time? I want this in my life forever. Thank you, Liz, for the 200 stars. I want this in my life forever. So I am advocating for them to keep these in our store. Your girl is, I'm on it. I am on it. I am on it. I am working hard to make sure that is going to stay in our store. I'm like, please, Jesus, don't get rid of this. All right. So before I go, I'd like to show you the new Halloween stuff. I'm so excited. Halloween is coming. I love the holidays, guys. You know. I already bought scat mats to electrocute my cats if they try to touch my tree. It's not bad. I electrocute myself with them all the time. It's just like, it feels like someone took a rubber band and goes tick, and they don't like it. They're like, meow, you know, cats. Okay. Speaking of cats, here is our little Halloween kitty necklace. Look at that. I love it. Ooh, I gotta go put on my real wedding ring today. Went and saw Rakita the weekend before last. Cool. Did I say it right? Rakita. So we got that, and it has little Mew Mew matching earrings. Look at this. I fucking love it. I love Halloween. I really do. I mean, this is great. So I'll be wearing this next month. Plenty. Because this is Halloween. This is Halloween. Pumpkins scream in the dead of night. Yep. Here we go. I love that we were trying to watch Sleepy Hollow last night, and I was just so sick. I just fell asleep forever, and the movie was loud. I'm like, I can't do that. My husband loves falling asleep to TVs, to light in his face, to noise. I cannot do it. I need the noise of a fan, which is funny because he's like, I need it to be silent. I'm like, I need white noise or I'm going to fucking lose my mind. But he can sleep to TVs. I'm like, that ain't white noise. Okay, this is the festive ornament, stretch ornament. This is for Christmas. Oh my God. Do you guys see this shit? I'm so excited. I love it. I love it. I love it. It is so festive. It is so ornamental-y. I'm just so stoked for Christmas. All our Christmas stuff is coming. That means Christmas cards. I should have lightened the photo. So the photo that I sent Creative Juice to put on the card, I should have color corrected it. It's really dark, guys. And I was like so mad at myself. for having not done it. Now look at the fucking necklace that goes with this. First it has bells on it. It's got jingle bells on it. So that's the bracelet. And this is the necklace. And it's like a fucking 90s choker thing. And I was like, stop it. Quit. I am doing this shit for Christmas. I got jingle bells. I'm sorry. You guys are like, it ain't even Halloween. I'm like, bitch. I showed you the Halloween earrings. Now I got to show you the Christmas stuff coming. Yeah. Thanks, Trisha. I love my cat. I miss my cat. It really fucking sucks. So, we've got that. And now, festive ornament stretch bracelet. Is this the same thing? I feel like that's the same thing. Did I order double? I usually order double and give one to my mother-in-law. I think that's what this is. Yep, I ordered double. So, I'm going to just put that back in the box. Because my mother-in-law loves Christmas, too. So, I'm like, usually every time I get stuff, she's like, that's so cute. Oh, my God. So, I'm like, I'm just going to give it to her. So, if she's watching, bitch, you're getting some stuff. You're getting some stuff. And it is officially 7:28. Your girl's going to be out of here. I will say, before I go, I feel like I should wear the cat ones. Because if I'm going to go look for cats, maybe it'll, like, give me cat powers. Kind of matches my outfit right now anyway. I think I'm going to have cat powers. Hello from Florida. Lisa, I saw you sent me a message. But I couldn't respond. And I didn't have enough bars to even pull up that video and stuff. So I'll look at it later, I promise. I promise. So I really want to thank Magda and Dark Omen. Thank you. Can we get in the hole? I always have trouble finding the hole. How cute is this? It's on backwards? Oh, damn it. Of course it is. Thank you. Thank you. You're like, bitch, you're stupid. My Avon lady. She's a fucking idiot. No, I was able to read it. I just couldn't listen. Okay. Thanks. Thanks for pointing that out, girl. Because I'm too dumb. I would have just rocked it all day. There we go. I like them. I think they're cute. Isn't it cute? And I'm like, it's perfect for me because I'm a fucking cat lady. So I love Halloween. I love Thanksgiving. I love Christmas. And guys, they're coming. I would like to thank Liz McCarty Christensen, Holly Hill, and Peggy Van Pelt for the stars here on, I almost said Locals, Facebook, and Magda Musk and Dark Omen on Locals. Thank you for the tips. You guys are awesome. Miss y'all on Friday. And wish me luck. I love my Avon customers. I like being an Avon lady. It's fun. It really is. Like, I was walking around with my Skin So Soft wipes and my little Avon bag all weekend. My husband's like, that Avon on that bag is like neon. I'm like, no one will not know what I do with my life everywhere I go. Again, Goddess on my eyes, new lip butter on my lips. This is that Flirtatious Charm. Why do I always do that when I'm like, guys, look at my lips, look at them. I gotta call friends and my mom, be like, I'm not dead in a little bit, so they don't think I'm dead. There's always that. And good luck finding a new kitty. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Well, thanks, Lisa. I rarely get new customers anymore because I'm shadow banned on everything. But you guys are awesome. Oh, Creative Juice, I was just telling them about your Christmas card and that I had made the mistake of not lightening the photo of us So I prepped everyone. I love the card, but the family photo is a little dark. That was the first thing my husband said. And I was like, I should have color corrected it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm like, too late now. I already ordered them all. They get the gist. It looks very ambient, like Christmas Eve night. But Kitty, my Lou is in it. My Lou. I knew it would be her last card last year. I just knew it. And I'm like, I gotta put this here for everyone to see. Well, long-haired female kitty, that's not who chose me. I got a male tabby, right? We'll see. I need to connect with the creature, and it can't be a spaz. And I'm usually really good at that. Only when people like dump a cat on me is it like some mismatch, like we don't jive spaz, right? Like if this cat's like, I'm going to spray urine all over your house and stuff, I'm like, you're going to live a great life in a nice heated shelter outside of my deck. Because I don't do the thing where animals destroy your house and they urinate on everything and poop and everyone's like, but it's my baby. I love the fecal matter. Like there's a certain point where if you don't jive living indoors, that we have to meet an agreement where I love you and care for you and you have a comfortable and wonderful place that is not in this fucking house. Because I'm not having people coming over like, oh, it smells like cat urine. I don't want to sit down anywhere. This house disgusts me. And we've all been in those homes. We've all been there where you're like, dude, I ain't sitting down. This is nasty. And it's not even necessarily that the person's nasty. They're like, I just love my baby. I just don't know what to do. And I'm like, I know what to do. That's an outdoor creature. If it can't acclimate to living inside of a house and it's going to destroy your home, you know what I mean? Like, I'll love you very much and you'll have a little shelter. It's all heated and warm and toasty and you can live your fucking life out there. Because it ain't going to be in here. But I'm looking for an in here thing. So I'm usually really good at choosing that. Have a happy Monday, everyone. It's been a wonderful little jam. I think Wednesday I will stream on my Instagram Live. And then maybe sometime this week I'll do a nighttime stream to make up for last week. Thank you, everyone. Yay! And wish me luck on... Come on in, overflowing shitbox. Wish me luck on the kitty.